Skyline of downtown Austin, Texas is proof that everything really is bigger in the Lone Star State. The football stadium here is the state's biggest, and the imposing Capitol building is the second largest in the nation. And in the Capitol's shadow is an equally oversized effigy.
It's a large statue made out of bronze. It stands about 7 feet high and weighs over 2,000 pounds. There's a frontier woman standing over a cannon, and she's about to fire that cannon.
As author Jeffrey Kerr can attest, the woman depicted by this sculpture changed the course of this great state's history with one heroic act.
This is the tale of a prototypical tough frontier woman. If it wasn't for her, Texas could be a very different place today.
1842. The Republic of Texas is an independent sovereign nation, and its capital is located in the frontier town of Austin.
Austin was the farthest extent of Anglo civilization in Texas in those days. People dreamed that one day the country of Texas would extend all the way to the Pacific Ocean, and Austin was intended to be the seat of a vast empire.
As such, the town is where the archives of the General Land Office are located. Aside from Congress, it's the most important department of the young republic's government.
The General Land Office is where all the records were stored, showing who owned what piece of land in Texas. And that was hugely important because that is the reason that most people came to Texas in those days, to get free or cheap land.
But the recently re-elected president of Texas, 48-year-old war hero Sam Houston, vehemently opposes Austin's status as the seat of government. Rather, he wants to shift the power to the heavily populated towns on the Gulf Coast.
Sam Houston was a very divisive figure. He was accused of having said that he intended to desolate the city of Austin.
And the wily politician soon gets an opportunity. In the spring of 1842, Mexican forces capture San Antonio, only 80 miles west of Austin.
This was just the excuse Sam Houston might have been looking for.
Houston seizes on this threat to pull the government back from the frontier. He proclaims that Austin is no longer the capital and orders it to be moved to a town 100 miles to the east, Washington on the Brazos.
He said, as president, I have the authority to take action.
To make the change official, Houston announces his intent to remove the government archives from Austin's possession.
The archives were crucial to everybody in Texas because they contained records of all land ownership. Without the archives, you didn't know who owned what, and utter chaos would prevail.
But the people of Austin are determined to prevent the move.
That man is a scoundrel.
And refuse to give up the archives.
The people of Austin were concerned that without government, the city would eventually die.
After months of political back and forth, Houston reaches his boiling point.
Houston was very angry and accused the populace of being traitors.
So, on December 31st, the president recruits 20 Texas Rangers to go in and steal the archives. The Rangers slip into town with wagons, ready to load up the files at the General Land Office.
Everything was going perfectly. But the Rangers have no idea something bad is about to happen.
It's 1842. The Republic of Texas, at this time an independent sovereign nation, is in a fierce debate over the permanent location of its national capital. To settle the issue once and for all, the president of Texas, Samuel Houston, has dispatched a team of Texas Rangers to seize the National Archives from the city of Austin.
As the Rangers are loading these records onto the wagons, all of a sudden, boom, a round of grape shot came flying right at them.
The Rangers whirl about in surprise and come face to face with the culprit.
They look down the street and there's a cannon pointed at them, with a very angry woman standing behind it.
The woman behind the cannon is a 44-year-old innkeeper named Angelina Eberly.
Angelina Eberly is a tough Texas frontier woman.
From her inn, Eberly had noticed the Rangers stealing the archives. So she decided to take matters into her own hands.
Hell hath no fury like a woman with a cannon.
But while the grape shot misses the soldiers, the resounding blast of the cannon has succeeded in raising the alarm to Austin's fighting men. A posse of Austin vigilantes forces the Rangers to surrender at gunpoint.
The Rangers tried to negotiate their way out of this by claiming that they had presidential authority. But the Austin mob said, you may have a letter, but we've got a cannon.
Victorious, the townsmen haul the records back to Austin.
And they buried them for safekeeping in Angelina Eberly's backyard, probably because she wasn't going to take any guff from anybody.
For the remainder of Sam Houston's presidency, the National Archives remain safeguarded in Austin. And in 1850, residents of the Lone Star State vote by a large majority to make Austin the permanent state capital.
The fact that the archives stayed in Austin, I think, played a major role in the government eventually returning.
In 2004, over 160 years after the Texas Archive War, renowned sculptor and cartoonist Pat Oliphant creates this statue, a testament to the fact that one woman and a cannon can truly have a lasting impact. And today, it stands in the very spot where the fearless heroine forever changed Austin's destiny.